What's up, YouTube? I'm back again because I don't never go too far. It's your boy Allende, and I'm coming back at you with another movie review. And the movie that we're going to talk about today is a comedy. I'm sure most of y'all, if not all of y'all, have seen this movie. But I decided to watch it again because I didn't like the sequel too much. So I decided to watch the first one again. Just to have a little bit of fun, man. It's a good movie to watch with your bong and some snacks. But if you guys are fans of Family Guy, which is also huge and has a ridiculous amount of seasons, I'm sure you guys are familiar with your boy Seth's movie, Ted. But I wanted to talk about it because I noticed some simp qualities in that movie for sure that I didn't quite notice the first time around. So I said, fuck it, let's talk about it. But yeah, man, Ted is funny, it's fun, and it's an awesome nostalgic flashback if you're an 80s baby. So I don't know how many of you guys appreciated that aspect of it as much as I did, but it definitely was a revisit to my childhood. But what I found interesting was what I think is the motivation behind the female lead in that movie. And personally, I think that his girlfriend's motivation was coming from a place of trying to gain a level of validation through taking all of this guy's attention from his best friend, which happens to be an animated teddy bear, from this bear, and center it and focus it on herself. I thought it was an interesting characteristic of female nature that I've noticed in my life, is that when guys have something special in their life, the guy himself doesn't even need to necessarily be the most attractive guy or successful or interesting or whatever. But if he just has something in his life that's unique, that's special, that within itself garnishes a lot of attention, it seems that women, or his particular woman, is invested in redirecting that spotlight and that attention on herself, as to say that I'm so special. I could get a guy with a magical talking teddy bear to ignore his magical talking teddy bear for little old me. I must be so special of a woman that a guy would do that. And that's kind of where I felt like her character was coming from in this movie, on some low shit, on some low shit. Like they don't obviously draw attention to that or put it into perspective, but they're kind of indirectly saying that, because Mark Wahlberg's character doesn't make a lot of money. In fact, he's like fucking broke. He lives with his girl and has his best friend living with them. Doesn't have a car. Like, did he have a car? No, I think she was the one that had the car. He didn't have a car. He's not tall. I don't think Mark Wahlberg is, I don't know. Anyway, the point is, he didn't seem to really have any, outstanding characteristics, and they kind of alluded to that by none of the other females in the movie understanding why she would be with this guy. But she was extremely determined to subtract this teddy bear from his life and have Mark's character, which is John, sorry, his name is John in the movie. She was extremely invested in having all of John's attention 100% on her. And I thought that was interesting, because I've seen that element in relationships many times, where it's like this guy will have something going for him, something different than most guys. And somehow this girl just insists on like taking his attention off of that and getting it fixated on her for nothing other than the sake of her being able to be validated. That's it. She just wants to know and feel that she's that special, that she could take the spotlight from something that actually is authentically special. And then moving on to the next thing that I noticed about this movie is that John's character played himself time and time again for this girl. The many ways in which he was desperately willing to change. It's not that he was like successfully making these changes for her, but he was willing to. He was willing to attempt to make all these changes and adjustments to himself, his personality, his relationships, so on and so forth, to kind of like appease this woman, to appease this female, which is super lame. Don't do that, guys. Don't be that guy. If you like playing video games with your boys, bro, you should do things a little bit more productive with your time. But hey, if that's what you enjoy doing, it's your decision to make, is my point overall. I think a lot of the changes that she was trying to get him to make in the movie were actually healthy changes. They actually were probably in his best interest. The thing is that she was trying to commandeer that decision making for him. And I think that's the issue. If he wanted to make those changes for himself, awesome. You know what I mean? But doing it because a woman told you to do it, that's the problem right there. So I often tell women, when they're like, the few times when women ask me for relationship advice or how to get a guy to do something or whatever, I always tell them, listen, if you're gonna try to influence a dude to do something, make sure it's extremely passive and indirect. You gotta make a guy feel like it's his idea. You gotta make him feel like it's him that wants to do that, or him that wants to make that change. The moment that he can verify that it's you that's pressuring him to do that, now you come off as, controlling and nagging. And I mean, any dude that respects himself is going to be turned off by that whole, idea of doing it because my chick told me to do it. So, I mean, other than your boy John in the movie being straight up pussy whipped, I still enjoy Ted for what it was worth. It wasn't the best comedy in the world. It wasn't the best movie in the world, but it definitely was fucking fun. Yeah, man. So, if you haven't seen Ted, check it out. Look for those blue pill mangina mistakes that John was making throughout the entire movie. And yeah, man, have a few laughs. All right, bro. Stay tuned.